Hey everyone, Usman here, back with another video. So today I'm going to be talking about the recent news that Henry Cavill is not returning as Superman. He basically announced on his Instagram recently that he's not coming back to play the character. He was in a post-credit scene for Black Adam. He basically made an appearance and, was just like saying, Black Adam, we should talk. And it got everybody like happy and they were like, yay! And people got really, really into it. In this video I'm going to be talking about it, just reading an article from I think The Guardian about it and giving my thoughts. And before I do any of that, don't forget to like and subscribe as well as leave a comment letting me know, did you like his version of Superman? Do you like the character of Superman? Do you like the DCEU at all? Anything like that, let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's something I've been wanting to talk about as well, like, some sort of news story a little bit. I'm trying to, catch up with everything here and there. So it's an interesting story because I know the DCEU, they're kind of restructuring everything because James Gunn, as well as there's another guy, I think his name is Peter Safran or something, from what I've heard from news, that they're going to restructure the DCEU because of like all these, different drama and everything like that going on in that whole, studio and everything. So they're going to go in and sort of retool the DCEU and make sure that everything turns out well and makes sense. So that's going to be an interesting thing to talk about. All right, this is an article from The Guardian. It says Henry Cavill dropped as Superman weeks after announcing return to role. And yeah, he did announce his return to the role. He's like, I'm excited to come back after Black Adam. We got so much more new content coming your way. I think a month later, or almost 2 months later, early December, they basically were like, nope, he's not coming back. Actor says this news isn't the easiest as DC Studios' new co-chairman, James Gunn, builds new universe. Guardians of the Galaxy director and DC Studios' new co-chairman, James Gunn, is writing a Superman movie that won't involve the actor Henry Cavill, who said it was not the easiest news after he only recently announced that he would be returning to the role. The new Superman film, penned by Gunn, will take the character in a different direction and focus on the superhero's younger years. The announcement comes amid momentous change at DC Studios and parent company Warner Brothers, which has been slashing scores of projects to cut costs after merging with Discovery Inc. Cavill has played Superman since the 2013 film Man of Steel and last appeared in the role in a cameo in Black Adam earlier this year. In October, after resigning from the lead role in Netflix show The Witcher, he announced he would be returning to play Superman again. On Wednesday, Cavill wrote on Instagram that Gunn and his co-chair, Peter Safran, had met with him to deliver the news. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman, Cavill wrote, after being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to their hire. This news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. Fans might want to mourn for a bit, he wrote, but Superman is still around. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards. Gunn's film will reportedly focus on the younger years of the hero during his years posing as Daily Planet reporter Clark Kent, with insiders telling the Hollywood Reporter that Gunn could potentially direct the film as well as writing it. Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we couldn't be more over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting news about our first projects at the beginning of the new year, Gunn wrote on Twitter on Wednesday. Among those on the slate is Superman. In the initial stages, our story will be focusing on an earlier part of Superman's life, so the character will not be played by Henry Cavill, but we just had a great meeting with Henry, and we're big fans, and we talked about a number of exciting possibilities to work together in the future. Cavill's announcement that he would return to Superman was reportedly signed off by Warner Brothers, before Gunn and Safran assumed their roles at DC Studios on November 1st. Just 6 days before that, Cavill had said in an interview that he was looking forward to playing an enormously joyful Superman and that he was very excited about Gunn being hired. And yes, there is a lot to basically unpack here. It's basically just talking about like another Superman film that there was that somebody wanted to make, and this thing going on, and like a bunch of other crazy things going on. So there's a lot of retooling over at DC. It's like a reboot in a way that they're planning on doing. In terms of the DCEU, my thoughts on the whole thing, I don't know how I feel about it as much. Like, I don't know. I liked Man of Steel. It was a very serious film, but it was a film nonetheless that I enjoyed. I thought it was an interesting take on Superman anyways, and I thought Henry Cavill did a good job. I didn't think he was terrible. I don't know. At the time, I thought Batman vs. Superman was really exciting. I saw Batman vs. Superman, and I was like, whatever about it. Aquaman, not so much of a favorite of mine. Justice League, Saw the Snyder Cut, wasn't really into it. Wonder Woman I thought was pretty good. The first Wonder Woman was good. The second Suicide Squad film, the second movie that James Gunn did, that was actually a good one. The first one, not great. Peacemaker was good. They had like little things here and there that were actually good and entertaining films, but then a lot of them were just kind of like not really great. I think it's kind of interesting that they are rebooting it. I mean, I think it's kind of like, what, if they reboot it, that's fine. I think everybody can agree to this. They're not like up to the level that Marvel is right now. Marvel basically, granted with all the sort of like, the criticisms that Marvel's getting after making movies for like the MCU being around for 14, almost 15 years by next year, they've had a lot of like great success with all their movies, and that's why they keep on going regardless of what they're getting now for criticisms. But they still keep on delivering with their movies and their shows and whatever else that they're doing for content. DC, they've kind of just been like a little all over the place, so I understand that quite a bit. Really, to me, like the best DC content that we've gotten over this past decade or so has been like, I don't know, like Joker and the Batman. They're not even DCEU related as far as I know. They're just kind of like their own standalone films. They're not like involved in like a bigger overarching like universe of any kind, so that's kind of what it is that I think is really special about it. It is kind of sad to hear this news a little bit, but at the same time I'm like, you know what, I think they should do it. Start fresh and try to do something that people will probably like all will like, I guess. I don't know. But there are fans of this universe as well, but there's been so much stuff going on. I know a lot of people are usually like not into reboots and everything like that. They've had to reboot the character of Spider-Man many times, but it did pay off when they made Spider-Man No Way Home with the three of them. Henry Cavill, he'll be fine. He'll find other projects. I do think that at one point later on in the future they will somehow bring back his Superman. Somehow. Just not now, but they'll bring it back again, and maybe they might do something about that afterwards. Maybe they might do a multiverse thing, maybe like what they did with Spider-Man. Who knows? I don't know. Anything's possible. Even though I'm more of a Marvel guy, I still like to see kind of like DC succeed, and I still am into their content as well. I'm just more into like something like like what they did with Batman and Joker and stuff. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.